Hello, this is Peter Combs from Bidamount.com and P.O. Combs Asian Art in Gloucester, Massachusetts. And today is August 1st, 2018. And in the last couple of weeks, I've been getting lots of emails from people who are looking on live auctioneers, finding things and asking me what I think of them. And after seeing just a pile of fakes, and I told everybody, don't buy them. You don't want to buy these. I thought I'd look around a little. I think what's happening is that eBay's a little quiet right now. It's summer, which is pretty typical there. And folks are getting a little antsy. They want to go out and buy something, which is, they want to add to their collections. And they're scouting around in live auctioneers. I spent some time on there this morning looking around, and I couldn't find one auction, one Asian specialty auction, I'll put it that way, that has anything I'd be interested in owning at any price, pretty much. And this is one of them. This is an auction that's going to take place on August 11th in Flushing, New York, HGPY, New York, International Auctions, Inc. Is that a mouthful or what? They seem to be one of the many companies in the U.S. that have been set up to sell stuff back to the Chinese, take advantage of them, and whatnot. All, from what I can see, all fakes, copies, and reproductions. We pulled out a couple just to examine quickly. One of them was this, supposedly a Ming Dynasty Chenhua period vase. Obviously not. It's brand new. It's got some significant design issues on it. The drawing is just abysmal, very clumsily done, terrible, and it's a fake. Okay, it's got a $400. It's estimated at $600 to $800. That was what it was worth. Probably a real one would be worth back in the 30s. And the shape is a nonsensical shape to begin with. They also have one of these copies of these very famous early Ming bowls, high-foot bowls. And if you flip it over and bring this in, there's the bottom of it. That is not a foot rim you want to see. That's a very typical, very modern foot rim. The decoration is bad. It's just a bad piece. All right, and this sale, as I said, is taking place on August 11th. There seem to be a number of sales on August 11th, so I would say don't do any online auctions on August 11th. It's just awful. Okay, and then on to this. This is an outfit called Z Art Gallery. Okay, and they are in Del Mar, California, and they have a sale scheduled also on the 11th. And there's nothing on here that I would recommend to anyone. They have a number of these Wan Li type Wukai boxes are turning up on the market. They're doing nice photographs, but this is a brand new box. This box has no age to it at all. It was made to deceive, and just don't talk yourself into it, okay? And this is Z Art Galleries Inc. in Del Mar. Okay, August 11th is a Saturday. All right. And here's their main page of things, just knockoff after knockoff after knockoff. And a lot of them are going to be very obvious to you that these are just copies. When you see this many copies in an auction, you're generally best off just to run for your life and stay away from it, okay? This is a Zundi plate they supposedly have with a very low estimate. Here's another one of these Wan Li pieces. This type of Wan Li copy are being made in huge numbers now. And if they're turning up in live auctions like this and on internet auctions, expect to see them in shops and everywhere else very soon, okay? And they also have one of these, and some of you will recognize this right away. This is another one of those bottle vases, like the one we did on the iron red piece that was produced in China. We did a video about it. It was a copy, and it ended up bringing $500,000 in an auction here in the U.S. A couple of years ago. Well, now they're making them in both underglazed red and blue and white. This is one of them. It is brand new, and if you can go back and find the video we did on it. We can go through it, and they actually in the video is an interview with the guy that made it. Okay, it's pretty interesting. And then Rock Vision 60 Inc. is also having a sale on August 11th, Saturday, and they are located in Quebec, Canada. Okay, so the fakes are getting into Canada, of course, just as well as they're getting in here. So I just urge you to stay away from them. The copies on here are just ridiculous. This was one that actually sort of made me laugh. Was this? It's listed as Great Ming Rare Blue Glazed Garlic Mouth Jiajing Vase. And those of you that know Jiajing porcelain will know right away the shape is wrong. The glaze is wrong. Here's the picture of the bottom of it. The footroom is wrong. It's just wrong. It's just a really bad piece. And notice the estimate: $43,000 to $45,000. All right, but you can start the bidding at $5. Okay, that sort of tells you everything you really need to know. And we're going to move on now to this. Our friends down in Roswell, Georgia, are at it again. It wouldn't be one of these videos of looking at fakes if we didn't include either Lauren or Eden Galleries. Lauren Gallery has a 2-day sale coming up, another one of their extravaganzas of copies for August 18th and 19th. And true to form, like they have in the past, they've come up with receipts for things. And the receipts have actually gotten humorous. I'm going to spend a little time on them because they're pretty funny. This was one of the pieces that's in the auction, Kangxi Zun apple glazed bottle vase. Well, one, it's not an apple green glazed bottle vase, but it is a Zun form. And notice here they're providing a receipt. And I was really curious to see what the receipt looked like. And here it is. It's a receipt that was drawn up by the F.A. Ludlam, Long Island Real Estate, 37 School Street. And they sales, rentals, appraisals, mortgages, and loans, okay? And when you go down this list, you're not going to find a Kangxi Apple Green Zun or anything like this on this list. It's not even on the list. If you're going to make a list of fakes, at least pencil it in, okay? Here it all is. And none of the pieces that we looked at on the site are actually listed here by description. They don't even come close. So it sounds like they found an old receipt, probably a blank, filled it in, put it on here to give it a look. And it's from the collection of Mr. Jeffrey Platts, and it's very unclear what he has to do with a place that has a storage warehouse, sales, rentals, and appraisals and financing of real estate. But at any rate, it's pretty comical. And then on to this. This is another piece that has a mysterious receipt with it. Ming Jing porcelain fish pond. It's not really a fish jar. It's a guan, but that's okay. They don't get much right. And they even have this sort of old-looking sepia print in the corner, photograph of it in some house. Okay, and we're going to flip through to that. Here's the picture. And what's really curious is that in the background, you see this. This is a plastic wall plate. They use them to cover up wall outlets, okay? And this photograph looks to be maybe very recent, we'll put it that way. And over here is the receipt, okay? And again, we blew up this receipt that supposedly has this jar on it, and it's not on here. Okay, we have cake plate, tumblers, a Ming plate, it looks like, or a mug and plate. Mug and plate, I guess it says. There's no Chinese anything listed on here. This is just an old receipt they threw in, assuming nobody could read it. All right, well, I can read cursive pretty well, and most of you can. So I don't know what the purpose of that receipt was. But at any rate, this is something that Lauren Galleries is trying to peddle. It's brand new, so don't be fooled by it. But I thought the receipt game it's gotten particularly hilarious, okay? And I thought it couldn't get any more hilarious until I came to this. This was what they call an extraordinary openwork carved Zitan dining table. And it's got 4 bids. It's up to $2,500. And here's the table, all right? It doesn't look like Zitan to me, but I haven't examined it in person. But what's really funny is the receipt. Here's the receipt. It's from Leo Pollock. He's a wholesale furniture guy that was around in the 19th century in Little Rock, Arkansas. He didn't sell antiques. This was a wholesale furniture company. They dealt mostly in post-Civil War Victorian, late Victorian furniture, oak furniture. And on here you see a table for $3.50, 2 chairs for $1.50, and a wardrobe for $18 for a total of $23. All right. The fact that it says table on it doesn't mean it's the Chinese table, and I find that the whole history on this to be really doubtful. And then they have from the private collection of J. Von Irwin Jr., Missouri, by inheritance, original receipt bought from Leo Pollock, all right, and so on and so forth, all right, under J.R. von Frank, all right, and there it is, all right. I don't know what the connection is, but it's just sort of They're trying so hard down there. It's really funny. And then on to this. Wensley's in Doral, Florida have this. August 25th. Another sale of fakes. And we're going to have a list of these at the end. Again, it's the same story. I'm not going to bore you all to tears. They all have sort of the same stuff. It looks like it's all coming from the same source. Here you have another one of these alleged Ming, very rare type of Ming Bowls. Obviously, it's a copy. And here's a picture of the bottom of this one. Not a good looking foot on it. The decoration is bad. The form is bad. And it wouldn't be going off with an opening bid of $300 were it even remotely authentic. All right. And they have a Yongshen Datsai plate, which is a blatant copy. And on to there. And then last on the list is Ace Art Auction, Fort Lauderdale, on August 25th, okay? This is another sale, which has seemed to hit the mother lode of knockoffs and containers from China. And you'll see they have Sung Gi Yao type pieces and Yuan vases and underglazed red Ming vases. All of these are fakes, every last one of them. And again, another one of these Wutsai pieces are turning up. As I said at the beginning of this video, they seem to be turning out bumper crops of Wutsai wares so these days, so be extremely cautious. Okay, these pieces are pretty rare, especially a piece with a complete poem on it, which is virtually almost unknown. All right, and with a very modest opening bid of $300 and a ridiculously low estimate. And then they have this Sung Gi Yao porcelain crackle vase. It's not sung, it's awful. The shape is awful. The glaze is awful. It's just an awful piece. And looks to me like somebody actually went to the trouble of drilling it to give it a TL test here. That looks like it's possible what those are. When they do thermoluminescence tests, they drill things and they send them off to Oxford. And that looks like somebody took 2 samples out of this. Actually, they went to the trouble of checking it. All right, it's if it was real, it would be worth millions, and it would look entirely different. Okay, so that's it. We'll put a list of these sales and their dates, and to urge you further to avoid them at all costs. And have a great week. We'll do the regular video on Friday, and in the meantime, keep your powder dry. Wait for something really good to come along. Don't let the summer cabin fever get to you if you want to buy something. Just be really careful. Okay. So have a great week. The weather's nice here in Gloucester. Hope it is where you are, and we'll talk to you next time. All righty. Bye-bye.